Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I want to say hello. I haven't in the last couple of videos, so I wanted to make sure I say again, hello, hi, and thank you to all my subscribers, all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers who have stuck with me. And if you are new here, hopefully you too will join the club. And we are watching me make a mess. We are going to do, this is kind of one I've been dreading since I looked at it ahead. This is Tina's mass make of, day 60 or week 60. And she did it in two parts. And the first part is basically we're going to collage book page. Okay, so I grabbed a bunch of scraps out of my scrapbook that I thought maybe I could throw together on book page, and we could make a go of this. And I mean, it's just like it sounds, guys. You're gonna literally collage book page. So I'm just gonna get started here, and you're gonna need book page, you're gonna need glue. I'm gonna use my glue stick for this. And you know, it's just basically taking book pages and putting scraps on there like you would for a master board. Nope, I was gonna say it's buried under all my paper, but it's not. It's right there. Okay, and then maybe I'll take another chunk of this and put it, I kind of want this blue flower, or at least some of it. And maybe we'll put one down here, like that. I know. So now I'm going to go dead quiet because this is the one that I kind of dreaded, because I have trouble with the talking side of this whole recording videos. Unless I'm giving you a, process demonstration. Well, there's not a lot of like explaining to do here. You just kind of glue paper. I mean, you glue paper onto paper. This is really simple. I try to get pieces that kind of tie together or would go together. So you might look for stuff from the same pad, or just stuff with the same colors in it. I might have torn that too weird. Let's try that. I mean, some of it can get covered up when you put new other pieces of paper on, but some of it not so much. And of course, it doesn't have to be big pieces. I mean, you can make these pieces small. I wonder how this would look on here. Wish it was a little wider. I do have a tendency at some point to like try and plan a little bit, just because otherwise I end up with a mess. I need something else, don't I? Something not straight. Yeah, I like that up there. Okay. Nope. So yeah, I filmed 59. We did we did those little fold up pocket thingies. They're fun. I like those. Even though I've made similar pockets, and we're going to be doing another one of those here shortly. I only know because I look ahead so that I can be prepared for what's coming. My fingers have ink and things on them, which is, of course, coming off in the glue and making this all yucky. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put this on here. I'm trying to make a list so that I can go in an organized fashion and get into reorganization of my house, because it's a crazy mess and I don't like it. So I got to figure something out because it's driving me nuts. Yeah. I keep going from room to room. I think my problem is I go from room to room and I look and I say, okay, this is what needs to be done here. This is what needs to, and I sit down and I go, where do I start? Anybody else do that? I just kind of and I think that's where I get overwhelmed. It's like, where do I start this process? Because right now, this is craziness and I don't even know where to begin. So this whole decluttering thing has got me all discombobulated, I guess, because I'm just so... I mean, it's just gotten so out of hand. And I watched I watched one of those videos they do where somebody comes on and says, overwhelmed by your mess. So I'm like, yes. They come on and they kind of give you tips on how to start, how to make it not so overwhelming. And guys, I don't know what to put there. And so basically their advice was I like the way this side is 3 big pieces and this side is broken up by a ton of stuff. I might have to put a small piece of this up here, even though I don't need to cover there, just to break that up some. They said that if your house has become overrun like crazy, like mine, then they said start with in one spot, or if it's time, start with, say, give yourself 15 minutes. Okay, pick a spot, give yourself 15 minutes, get as much done as you can in that 15 minutes, and when the timer goes off, stop. And kind of evaluate what you've done, so to speak. And then, no, that was right. And then work through all of your messes like that. So a little at a time, and then increase the time when you feel like you can. So when you have an idea of what you want to do and you feel like you can increase the time some, then increase the time. And just kind of go through your messes like that. My thing is I sit there and I'm like, okay, this is my list. I want to do this. Oh, wait, I want to do this. Oh, wait, I want to do this. And then I plop myself down in a chair and I'm like, I don't know where to go first. And then nothing gets done. That's basically how that happens. Or I come down here to my craft room and I hide from my mess. Okay, so there's one collage book page. Okay, let's do another one, I guess. So I'm probably going to take the scraps that I've used, like these big scraps that I've used, and put them back in the scrap box, just because that way I can kind of, I don't know, give myself a variety of backgrounds, maybe. So yeah, right now all my clutter is still sitting there because I can't figure out where I want to start. It's ridiculous. Oops. Let's fold this one and get it out of the way. So does anybody else have that decluttering problem? And I think the two easiest rooms in my house, of course, that are going to be for me to declutter are going to be my room, because I have control over what I get rid of in there, and the kitchen, because I know what I use and what I don't use. So those would probably be my easiest rooms. And then I have like rooms where it's a matter of waiting for a particular something to happen or to show up or to like, for example, organizing. I want to organize and re-evaluate all my craft stuff. Well, I'm waiting for a big organization thing that I ordered to get here, and it's not here, so I'm like, that piece is on hold. And then that is also on hold. I told you guys a while back that we were planning to separate the beds. Well, the pumps came, and we haven't done that yet. We haven't separated the beds yet. So I have that to do. And that has to be done before the craft organizing. So there's like steps. Does that make sense? And they interfere with one another. And they also create a place for me to make an excuse not to do something. It's like, well, I can't do that because this and this and this have to happen first. And it's like, there's no piece of it you can do. And of course, I'm very stubborn, and I say, well, no. Okay. I want to put some of this on here. No, I didn't tear it wide enough. Fine. Tear it wider. Tear this bottom edge off here because going to overlap, and I don't want straight edges in my collage. Same with the top, probably. I got to be careful though, or I'm going to make it it's not going to be wide enough. And then I was telling the ladies at the one lady at the co-op, I said, the funny thing about all this is I have stuff to give to, remember how I used to tell you guys, when I was doing haul videos, I used to comment on the fact that I would go down and donate stuff to American Rescue Workers, the little shop in town, and then I would, if I was down there and I saw something, I would buy it. And that would be in my haul. I would buy something while I was donating stuff. Well, American Rescue Workers developed this one-size-fits-all policy. By the way, I don't agree with one-size-fits-all policies. I think that situations should be evaluated individually, and things should be applied to situations based on that particular individual situation's need. Okay, get that up like that. But anyway, enough about that. What I was going to say was the policy that they adopted was you can't drop off at stores, because at some stores people were just bringing junk and leaving it because people can be really ignorant about stuff like that. Shoot, I didn't do that right. They would leave, broken things and junk and just figure, well, they can get rid of it, I guess, or whatever. And it ended up being that the stores they would come to the store, and because the stores didn't have drop areas, people would just leave it out front on the sidewalks. Even if there were signs that said, don't, not a donation area, don't, whatever, people would still leave stuff. I don't understand that mindset, but, it happens. So, they made this policy that if you want to give a donation, you have to give it to the trucks. And they started putting trucks in our area, and the truck would come on Tuesdays, and they would be there for a certain amount of time every Tuesday. Well, Tuesdays is co-op day. And of course, when the truck is there is during co-op. So now I don't have any way, unless I hoard everything until we don't have a day of co-op, especially now that I'm teaching. Now, before, what I would do is I would just go in and I would say, because Molly was one of the older kids. My daughter's one of the older kids in the group. So I would just tell the ladies that kind of run the co-op, I would just tell them, I would be like, I'm going to run some stuff to the American Rescue Workers truck. I'll be back. Because it's real close. It's not like you have to go far. Sorry, I'm looking for one last little piece. This is what happened to me last time. You don't have to go far to find this stuff. These things. So it's like, yeah, we could do that. It's like 5 minutes from the co-op. Not even, probably. And so I would run stuff. Well, if I'm doing class, I don't have, I suppose I could do it at, like, when we do lunch break, I could go. But I mean, it's now I could also wait till we have, I know we're doing a Valentine's Day party, so I could probably wait until, but then then the issue is I have all the stuff boxed and ready and it just sits in my house. And it's not very encouraging when you're trying to declutter to have all these boxes of stuff that you're trying to get rid of not going anywhere. Okay. So that's 2. How much time have we done? It's 20 minutes already. All right, let's see about putting, maybe we'll take a bunch of these squares and put some of them together. Could do this one and this. These 3 would go really nice. This has got blues in it. This would be a very blue one. What do we think? Those will all go really nice together. Oh, here's more blue. I'm sensing a theme. I mean, it doesn't have to be all blue, but maybe to break it up, I'll throw some of this in there. It's got blue lines in it. What do you think? Okay. So basically, the first piece I'm going to stick down doesn't need any torn edges. I'm going to tear edges on this, though. Okay. And then we're going to put these down. I know. I plan too much for collaging. It's like it's supposed to be spontaneous and kind of... Okay, so put this one down here. Okay. Now we do some tearing. So maybe... doesn't have to be I don't want it to line up exactly either. Oh. I wasn't even paying attention when I tore that. I'm glad it was right side up. I was paying zip attention to that. Okay, then I think maybe I'll put a piece of this in here. Like... I want to break it up. I don't want it to be like 6 squares down the page. Considering this is a 2-parter and I'm kind of looking to try and get both of them done. Because I have to kind of get ahead of myself because I have some stuff coming up where I'm going to be busy. So my time is about to go down a little bit. Not a lot. I mean, I'm still going to have, you know, but Tuesdays are going to be a rough one. Tomorrow morning I have to get up early because my son, poor little guy. So I've told you, I talked about him before. He's the one that I plug in my, if you look in my description box all the way at the bottom, I give a little plug to his channels. Like if you know anybody who does, if you know anybody who is interested in watching a gaming channel, he's, you know, he's working on a gaming channel. So anyway, he got laid off just after Christmas, and he's upset. He's looking to get a new job, so he's not looking to like I don't know. He doesn't like being unemployed. Let's just say that. I just tore that funny, and now it's going to give me grief. Oops. Yep, just tore it funny and it's going to give me grief. Alright, I want to tear a very thin piece off of this side. Like that. That's still going to come up short. I'm going to tear a very thin piece off the top. It's still going to come up short on this edge, I think. That's okay, I'll probably end up trimming the edges anyway, just because oh, I can put that there. Yes. Yes, no, no, yes. So anyway, and now while he's, you know, his car, which, by the way, under warranty, like the last few days of his warranty, literally, his engine died. The oil pump belt failed and his engine burned up. And they replaced it under warranty, but now, they replaced it. They didn't fix it. They said they replaced it. So brand new engine. He just got an engine fault light. Engine fault something. And, you know, so he made an appointment with the people that replaced his engine. So they can go down, so they can look at it and find out why, you know, he's getting an engine fault light when the engine is only like maybe 2 years old. I mean, they literally just replaced it. It has not been that long. How in the world? Oh, shoot. Well, it'll add interest. Depending on how I... There's definitely glue there, so I don't want to touch it too much or I'll end up with a dirt mark across there. Okay, now the one thing about doing this is... Oh, I can repeat this. Tear down here, and tear down here. You can put a piece of this here, right? Like that. Let's get rid of this page. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, he's upset. But tomorrow morning, I have to get up early and take him to drop his car off so they can look at it and tell him why his brand new engine is not working, or is telling him that it has a problem or whatever. Okay. These need to sit under a book. Okay, I want to do something with some of these. I think, oh, and this maybe. I think I'll put this down here at the bottom. We'll start down here. He just feels like he's... I mean, he's been doing his poor thing. He's been doing his YouTube channel. And he tries really hard, and he's clever. He's witty. I mean, and I know you say, well, he's your son. Of course you're going to say that. Well, yes and no. I wouldn't want to lie to him and tell him that he was doing a good job if he wasn't, and then get his hopes up. But he's been working on it for like 3 years, and the problem is he just doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't. He definitely doesn't have the contacts. Like, he doesn't have. I suppose I could be using these little pages too, since I'm doing little pieces. Maybe I will, so I can get those ones over there off my desk. But he just tries so hard. Now, granted, because he has to work full time, I mean, he's not able to put full-time devotion to it, but he might hold on to this to use somewhere on here, maybe. I don't know. What do I have here? Oh, that's got a nice burgundy stamp on it. Maybe we'll put this up here. So yeah, I have to get up early. So I'm kind of trying to get some stuff done before that, because right now upstairs I have a video uploading so that you'll see something tomorrow morning while I'm out doing the car thing. But I wonder if I should put some pink in here. What do we think? Oh, that might look nice, actually. Don't I have a strip of torn pink polka dots? Yes, I saw it. There it is. I think I'm going to do a long strip across the top. Like this. So yeah, that's what my tomorrow morning is going to be. I know, I just kind of stop in the middle of conversations and start up randomly again. This might be the last one we do, guys, because I know this is well, it's time consuming. And I'm very finicky about my scraps, and it can take me a long time to do these because I'm so finicky about my scraps. As far as like which ones I'm willing to match together and how I want them to look, and I'm very finicky. So should I do one of these neutral pieces? I don't know if I should do the... No, I don't like that on there. See? Ooh, I could put another piece of these on here, though. Put these rosebuds on here. Then I have to cover all those edges so I don't have to necessarily... Okay, look. Oh my gosh, I keep grabbing. My glue stick keeps grabbing things. Also, I'm about to run out of glue stick. That's the other reason we're going to call it quits. I say that as I cut a chunk off at the edge of the paper. Okay. Put this on here like this. Oh, I hope I don't pull that in too far. No, I didn't. Oh, did I really just do that? I mean, it just fits. And I made the edge white. So much for paying attention. This is probably going to make it too small. Oh, it just squeezes. Okay, let's put it in there. That piece of glue on there. Don't want to go to waste. Especially right now when I'm... Look, I cut another chunk. It is mind-boggling to me how dangerous the edge of paper is to a glue stick. Okay. I gotta tear the edges just right. Although this one could be a little wider down just because that way I keep some of that postcard. This. Okay, and then I just need something right there, which I think I know what I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use a piece of that. For this flower? No. Maybe. Alright guys, coming up on the last one. And then tomorrow, for part 2, so technically this is going to be a 101-day challenge. I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to edit these and try to put them both up in the same day, because I can't make them all one video, because this one's already too long for that. But I might be able to put them both up in the same day. So that might be my goal, in which case it won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day 61, and you'll be seeing part 1 and 2 on the same day. That's what I'm hoping for. That may or may not happen. So you guys watch and see what happens, and then we'll go from there after it's done. And as you can see, I still have tons of scraps left to make more of these. I only got 4 of these made. I want to say Tina got a whole ton of them made. But she's so much better at being chatty with you, and I feel like I just leave you dead space so you can watch me glue pieces of paper to other pieces of paper. I will get everything cleaned up, and then I will get back to doing, getting together the stuff to do what we're going to make out of these now that we've done this. And then we will... yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. These are actually really neat. I like this idea. I may try one of the suggestions that she gave and see if I can make it work. And then, but other than that, we're probably just going to do it the way she did it. And I will see you guys either later today or tomorrow with part 2. Okay. Bye-bye.